So today we're going to be opening the Japanese Family Pokemon card game collection box. Basically, this product is designed for a family to sit down and all be able to play with complete decks and all the accoutrement that goes with playing the Pokemon card game. So I have yet to open one of these. This is for a customer of ours, Sean Martin. He would like to see the contents of the box and get some of these cards graded. So we're going to crack it open today and see what entails. All right, after literally fighting with the plastic for more time than I think I've ever had for any product, we get to the outer shell and the box itself. Now, the box itself opens from the front to display the goods on the inside, and it looks like we have the 3 decks right off the bat, or at least the 3 GXs. Let's see if they are the decks. Okay, and they are the corresponding decks that come with the GX, so you know to keep that with that corresponding deck, because obviously the first thing you want to do is pull them out. I almost just pulled them out. I was like, ooh, and oh, okay, so it's the whole deck. So we'll open those up to see what actually is in each of those decks. But as far as I know, these GXs are exclusive to this family box, so that's pretty neat. And they have these logos down in the bottom right hand corner. I think helps you keep the decks in order based on what deck you choose. So from there, I'm gonna put these to the side. Let's go ahead and see what's inside the box. Oh, so that's pretty neat. I thought these were gonna be either like rubber or plastic. I don't know why I thought they would be anything other than fabric, but I am glad they are fabric, because that means they're gonna be nice and gentle to our cards. These are like little wristbands to keep the decks in place. It's the first time I've ever seen, I guess, rubber bands or a band type system to keep a deck together. You get the blue, red, and yellow. I guess that would make the Mewtwo the blue. I mean, the other, I can understand, like, okay, Raichu, yellow, Charizard, red, blue. I mean, okay. Again, I guess I'm making an assumption that these are the deck bands. Maybe they aren't the deck bands, but they sure look like they would be deck bands to me. So anyways, we'll go ahead and put those off to the side here along with the decks, and let's see what these pamphlets are. So it looks like this is an ad for Double Blaze. Then we have, oh, okay, are these booklets for each of the decks, I assume? Oh, okay, it's a guide on how to play. I cannot read Japanese, but it definitely looks like a step-by-step on how to play, looking at your damage counters, energies for attacks, going back the evolutions. Yeah. So we see one that has Raichu on it, one that has Mewtwo on it. This must be the playing field. Oh, okay. It is the entire playing field. The whole... Okay. It's the whole playing field. And it looks like it might be two-sided? It might be two-sided? Because the backside looks like a playing side as well. That's pretty neat. I like the simplistic theme they went with the color, though. Then they got what looks to be... I have no idea. I have no idea what this is. Another ad, perhaps? Or something explaining the Charizard deck? Yo. Oh, a deck box, right? No. Separator of some sort? It looks like what would be a deck box, but I'm not going to fold it and try to bust it and figure that one out. And then finally, your counters. Now, I would actually say right off the bat, these actually look a whole lot sturdier than I thought. Usually when you get these kind of counters things, they're super cheap cardboard, super thin. These are actually pretty thick. I don't know if you can see that there, but these are pretty darn thick. I won't pop them out. I'll let Sean go ahead and do that, but that's pretty neat. I think this is your coin. I'm pretty sure that's the coin. That's actually really cool. I think the coin is probably my favorite thing out of this. But yeah. All right, so let's go ahead, dive into the decks. What I find is odd is that there was a pamphlet what looks like to be for Raichu, a pamphlet that looks like to be for Mewtwo, but there's no corresponding Charizard pamphlet. which is just odd. Oh, it's a Q&A. I don't know why I didn't see this before. I was looking for this to figure out what this was. Q&A. I don't know what the Q&A would be for. I don't know if it's the questions for each corresponding decks or what have you. But yeah, pretty neat. Okay, so let's crack open these. Starting, you know what? Let's start with Raichu and work our way to Charizard. Chump. Okay. All right, there we go. Oh, I didn't even see that ripcord. It has a ripcord in the plastic, which would have been nice. So you get, in the Raichu deck, Raichu, Wigglytuff, Pikachu, Voltorbs. I'm going to go through these kind of quick just so we can see. It's Clefairy, Clefable, Jigglypuff. So you only get the 2 GXs. Mr. Mime, Chansey, Eevee, Potion, Great Ball. It does feel like it's a 60-card deck. Sometimes these, they make 40-card decks, so they're like easier, quicker to learn. Ooh! Yo! It's got a playset of Cynthia. That ups the value quite a bit. Not sure what that is. That's new to us. It looks like a bug catcher. Not sure what that is. And this should be... Oh, not all energy. Oh, it actually tells you what number the card is in the set. Interesting. And it'll end with number 1 being the Clefairy there. So, not only is the set symbol on the bottom right hand of the card like an actual, like, corresponds to the GX that you're getting, but at some point here it starts to count down the number of cards that you have. Or maybe it's counting, I don't know why. It just it counts like the last bit of the deck. Energy, energy, energy. And then it starts to do a countdown. Maybe leave in the comments. Let me know why that would be. I'm not exactly sure why they would bother doing that. Interesting. So this is a Raichu Wigglytuff deck. Now I'm going to go ahead and get these sleeved up. Now we'll go ahead and move on to Mewtwo. Same thing. I'll crack them open. I'm picking the top right. Oh, wait, we have the pull cord. Where's the pull cord at? Let's do this right. Can I do this right? I just don't want to pick at the back of the cards, you know what I mean? I guess I'll just rip down until we get to the pull cord, like I did last time. They're definitely packaged very nice. I just don't feel like trying to pick the front of it or using some sort of utensil and end up scraping them on the cards. Come on! Alright, there we go. Then I get that ripcord, and I'll pull that off all the way around. Now, what GXs come in the Mewtwo deck? We have Mewtwo. Yo, that is a dope Gyarados. I think I might lean into this deck first and foremost. The Mewtwo and Gyarados deck. You got some Magikarps. That Lapras, though. Look at that Lapras, though! Oh, my God. I hate saying his name. Pukey Mewtwo? Pukey Mewtwo? That's not... They got Jinx. That Mew is adorable. Mareanie. Toxapex. Farfetch. Snorlax. He chillin'. Look at that. Look at that guy. He chillin'. Dude, I always love seeing some Snorlax. Crushing Hammers. Interesting. Great Balls. Switch. It's probably going to be crossover ingredients here. Judge. Okay, Judge and a playset of Cynthia. I'm not sure that the other deck had Cynthia's or Judges in it. Hau and Energy, and it begins the countdown. Again, I figured at the end of it would be all energy, but they like pepper in some trainers in between. So I wonder why they do these. I want to learn more about why they count down these. There must be a significance to that. And it finalizes on a Jinx there. So we'll go ahead and sleeve and top load these for him. I believe, again, that Sean Martin wanted to crack this open to see the contents of one of these, because he got a couple of them. But also to grade the exclusives that are coming out of this, being the GXs. So I'll get those sleeved and top loaded for him. There we are. And lastly, we'll move on to... Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and band these up. All right, this is what the bands are for. Let's see how effective the bands are. Are they too small? Are they too big? Are they just right? Huh. That seems to be just right. Nice and snug, but not too crazy. I like that. I'm actually not usually a big fan of like rubber bands, but I think because it's nice soft fabric and it's not too taut on the cards, it's not like trying to warp them, and they should hold up for time pretty well because the strands aren't, like I said, too tight onto the cards. So it shouldn't be constricting it too much. Just enough to hold them together, but not too much to. And lastly, we're going to move on to the Charizard deck. Now, this is probably the one that if you're playing with kids, they're going to clamor for first. For me, I'm still on the fence that Gyarados and Mewtwo combination looks pretty dirty. But let's see what is in the Charizard deck. The final deck of the 3 in the Japanese Family Collection Pokemon card game box. There we go. Oh, nice. I got to the ripcord faster this time. There we go. I'm not a huge fan of that ripcord being there. It's not really doing much for me other than just being in the way. All right. All right. So we got the Charizard and Pinsir. Interesting. A fire and grass deck. Not usually a combo you see all that often. Got a nice exclusive Pinsir. And the Charizard. Woo. Let's get those top loaded as well. Again, I believe he's going to be sending these off to grade. Another service we provide here. $15 a card. We handle the paperwork and the shipping and all that good stuff. And you just get some PSA cards. Would you look at that? All right. So, we'll be sending those off. Now let's see what the deck contents are. We got some Caterpies, some Metapods, Butterfree. Yo, check out that Scyther. That's pretty dope. Do they have rarities? Oh, they do. That's written down on the left. Common, common. Is that? I'm not even sure. Interesting. Charmander, Charmeleon, Salandit, Magmar. Ooh, Salazzle, that's dope. Kangaskhan, Great Ball, rare candies, nice. Always nice to see some rare candies. Switches, Catcher, Ilma, and a playset of Cynthia. So each deck got a playset of Cynthia. That's pretty nice. Hau, there's some crossover between the two. Bugcatcher, and this should be Energy. And then if it's like before, they're going to pepper in a couple Pokemon in here as well. No. So in the other two decks, they peppered in Pokemon at the end here. I'm not sure if... God. All right. I'm not sure if that's because these decks just require more energy or what have you. The Charizard deck requires more energy, but I'm looking at the end here, and these ones don't have a countdown. Like the other ones all had a countdown. So I'm not sure what the significance is to these two decks having a countdown to the end of their cards, starting at like 20 or so, as well as they have each of them has a specific player's guide, whereas this one doesn't have a countdown, does not have any Pokemon in the remaining chunk like the other ones did, and doesn't have a player's guide. So I wonder what's up with it. But we're gonna go ahead and put the band around this last fire deck here, and I think that'll be it. So all right, as an overview here, it looks as though you get a booklet on how to play for the Raichu Wigglytuff deck and a band with your deck. Then you get a Mewtwo pamphlet that goes along with your Mewtwo and Gyarados deck and the corresponding band that goes with it. Now, you don't get a pamphlet for this one, but you have a Charizard Pinsir deck and the corresponding band that goes with it. Again, these bands are nice. They're like fabric. Again, from the photo, I wasn't sure when I looked at it if it was going to be like a rubber thing. But I'm glad that they are fabric and they're not too tight on the card, so I feel comfortable strapping them around it without any kind of issue. And then lastly, you had your playmat and all of your pop-out counters that was actually pretty thick. So overall, pretty cool pretty cool family box here. I mean, I'm not aware of another box they've done like this where it's getting the family together and playing it as a whole. So I think that concept's pretty neat. And I just wish they would come out with an English version so we can kind of join in the fun. Anyways, that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this unboxing of, and you know, the box just simply states Family Pokemon Card Game. That's it. Family Pokemon Card Game. That's at least the English translation they put on it. A collection box. They usually retail for about $40, $45 online. And you might be able to find them some cheaper listed on eBay or get one on a bid. A lot of these flew off the shelf quite quickly. It was pretty tough to even acquire these ones that we got. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed it.